inspired. We have to keep them lifted up. We have to pray over them while they sleep. Pray for them while they are at school. Because the enemy is trying to sift our children. For those of you, and one thing I do know about Jasper is that we are a praying community. Now, the younger generation, they act like they don't know Jesus, but they know Jesus because guess what? I know Momo and Pawpaw and BB and Amy and Pookie and everybody else are making y'all go to somebody's Sunday school, Bible study, or BTU, or vacation Bible school. So the Word of God is very important in all of our lives. But what I'm going to talk to you very briefly about this afternoon is about passing the torch of education. Now, one thing about passing, just like in football, when you play football, what do you pass? You pass the ball, right? And when you pass the ball, what you trying to do? You trying to what? Score a touchdown. So that is your what? That's your goal, right? Right. So when you play football, you work together as a team, but each individual has to work collaboratively as one unit in order to win the state championships, right? Okay? I know the Newton Eagles, right? I know y'all hear me. As collectively as each individual is important, okay? When you are setting your goals, young people, when you are trying to decide whether or not if you are trying to go to college or to trade school, or whether if you are needing to maybe join the military, but just know that everything starts with you. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your auntie, not your uncle. It's about you. And briefly, I'm going to talk to you. For those of y'all that's talking, because I do work at school. I work at Lamar High School and I work at Worthing, so I'm going to need y'all undivided attention while y'all eating on this candy, okay? Because what I'm trying to tell you is going to help you for the rest of your life. And then you're going to be able to pass the torch and give the same wisdom and knowledge to your children and grandchildren and somebody else, okay? I'm not going to keep you long because I know your attention span is short. What are the 5 W's? Anybody know the 5 W's? What's the 5? Who take English in here? Okay, what are the 5 W's? What are AP kids? Advanced placement. Say that again. And it's an H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. And I'm going to talk to you real briefly about the 5 W's and the H. Now, who is, we're going to talk about, is going to be, I'm talking about you. Everybody look at your neighbor and tell them, she's talking about me. She's talking about you. No, she's talking about me. You say, she's talking about me. She's talking about me. She's talking about me. No, you tell me. She's talking about me. She's talking about me. Because with the who, everything starts with you.
That's right.
When the rubber meets the ground, at the end of the day, it's about you and God. When mama's not there, when daddy's not there, when grandpa's not there, when you're away in college at University of Texas, Baylor, you may go to Yale, you may go to PV, you may go to Texas Southern, wherever you land, or you can even go to Houston Community College or Lone Star College, because some people go to junior colleges first. Wherever you are, your parents are not going to be with you. So with them not being with you, that means everything that they taught you is going to have to resonate in your mind in order for you to stay balanced in this life. So when you are out there, you have to automatically remember that the first W is who. It starts with me. It starts with you. No, it starts with you. That's the who. It starts with you. So I want to read something to you real quick. Because a lot of times, we have gotten so blessed in life, and I believe that struggle is good for the soul. And what struggle does for us, y'all, is that it builds character, and it allows us to have to depend on nobody but God. Because a lot of times we want to just say, we want to run the mama, we want to run the daddy, we want to run the mama or big mama and ask them for help. But sometimes God would allow us to be in situations where you can't call on nobody but him. So I'm going to read this poem to you real quick. It's called Equipment, and it's by Edgar Guest. It says, figure it out yourself, my lad. You all the greatest of men have had. 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, and a brain to use if you would be wise. With this equipment, they all begin, so start for the top and say, I can. Look them over, the wise and great. They take their food from a common plate. A similar knives and forks they use, with similar laces they tie their shoes. The world considers them brave and smart, but you've all they had when they made their start. You can triumph and come to skill. You can be great if only you will. You're well equipped for what fight you choose. You have legs and arms and a brain to use. And the man who has risen great deeds to do begin his life with no more than you. You are the handicap you must face. You are the one who must choose your place. You must say where you want to go, how much you will study the truth to know. God will equip you for life, but he lets you decide what you want to be. Courage must come from the soul within. The man must furnish the will to win. So figure it out yourself, my lad. You were born with all the great have had. With your equipment, they all begin. Get hold of yourself and say, I can. So basically, what this poem is saying to all of us, not just the young people, is that you got 2 hands, you got 2 feet, you got 2 arms, and you got a brain. And the same thing that God has blessed you with, he's blessed everybody else in here with. And for some people that may have handicaps, those are some of the happiest people that I know, because guess what? They are happy that they are alive. And being that you have two working hands and feet, arms and hands, that is no excuse for any young person to sit at home all day and do nothing with themselves. So with those 2 hands that you use when you are tweeting, Snapchatting, Facebooking, I just learned one, TikTok, it was a TikTok.
TikTok.
I'm gonna look that up. All those things that you're using your energy for to go and waste time on foolishness, that's the same energy and time that you could be doing to research on what you want to become, whether if you want to be a doctor, you want to become a lawyer, you want to become a teacher. Invest your time wisely and use the opportunities that God give you so you can make a difference with your education. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is that you being your own worst enemy. The battles that we fight sometimes, it ain't with our parents, it ain't with the teacher, it is not with your friends, it is with your own self. When we learn how to get our own self out the way, then we will learn that our biggest enemy and our biggest setback and our biggest fall is our own self. You can either be your best friend or you can be your worst enemy. You have to choose ye this day who you gonna serve. You gonna serve God or you gonna serve yourself. You can't serve 2 masters because you're gonna hate one. And you oil and water won't mix. And God said he'll have no other God before him. So with that being said, I think Miss Carly said it in Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. A lot of times in life, young people, we get things, but getting things is not just it. You have to be able to sustain things. You have to know how to keep things. And the only way you can keep things is that you have to have God in the mix. If you do not have God in it, you will not be able to keep it. Okay? Remember that, because you're going to need to know that. The other W is going to be what. It says, what brings me to the next W is, what must I do? What shall I do? You need to set goals, just like we talked about in football, short and long, and celebrate your victories, even the small ones that you have. I got an 8 on my test. I passed. I got a good grade on my TASP or your STAR testing or whatever it is. That celebrate those victories. It says if you want to become a doctor. My mom used to tell me this all the time. Oh my God. See, that's when you know you're getting older because all the things that your parents tell you, they come back. She used to tell me, she said, if you lay down with dogs, you're going to get fleas. Do y'all know what that means? That means birds of a feather flock together. Meaning that you are what you behold. You are what you behold. That which you intake, our eyes and our ears. Listen, guys, our eyes, our ears, and even our nose are portals to your soul. We have to protect what we see and what we hear. Even some smells can get you off track of what you're supposed to be focused on. Like the little girls you might be smelling. I'm just letting you know. Okay? Or girls, the little boys you might be smelling. Okay? But we have to protect these things because they are portals. And with those portals, y'all, I'm not telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. With those portals, that gives the enemy an opportunity to try to come in and sift you. That's why we have to always stay prayed up and have God first in our lives and know whose we are. And don't put yourself in those positions and those predicaments that you're going to have to pay for later. Sometimes it's short term, sometimes it's long term, but based on your decision, because with every cause there is an effect. For every input there's a, remember that when you're making your decisions, okay? Every action is a reaction. Use the tools that God has given us to invest in the future so we can move forward in reaching our goals. Mom just mentored everyone. The elder pillars came and introduced themselves to the younger pillars. It is so important that the young connects with the more seasoned. And I'm going to tell y'all a joke my mama told me. Why do y'all think the young people need the elders and the elders need the young people? Although it seems like it's separated, but we really do need each other. Why do y'all think that? Tell me why you think.
Because the older share their wives, and the younger is like the next generation, so like they're like spreading out.
That's a good start. But I'm going to put a little twist on it. The elders, by the grace of God, do have wisdom because all wisdom comes from God. I want y'all to know that. You don't just get old and be wise because you could be an old fool, okay? So you got to know that all wisdom comes from God. And God will give you wisdom freely if you ask for it, okay? So the elders or the seasoned needs the younger because as we get older, our bodies deteriorate. And what I mean is it slows down, okay? So with it slowing down, you guys have all the energy. Y'all just want to stay. Things that you guys have not gone through, like, how old are you? Okay, you 17 and I'm 48. Have you ever been 48 before? Okay, so that means I may have a little bit more what? Wisdom and experience in you, right? So with that being said, you may want to get a mentor or someone that is in the field that you're interested in. And when someone is older and they've experienced more things, they can share those things where you may not have to go through some of the same tragedies and setbacks that they've gone through. Because the whole thing is to work smart and not hard. And another thing I want you guys to understand, I'm a firm believer of education. But with education, it's just like a plate of food. I can give you a plate of food right here. It can have some, and I can cook to y'all. I'm gonna give you a good Sunday meal. This plate can have some oxtails. You don't eat no oxtails. If you don't eat no oxtails. Okay. We'll do some smothered pork chops. Smothered pork chops. I'm telling you that. Some smothered pork chops with some gravy, with some collard greens, and some hot sauce, with some hot water cornbread, with some fried corn. You know, the corn you shave off the cob, put that butter and that cream up in there. Some fried corn with some banana pudding and a peach cobbler. Okay, if this plate has that on there, right? If I gave you that plate and that plate just sat there. No. But the point is, if I just said, but see, that's where the wisdom comes in, because the knowledge is that you have it. But if you don't ever eat this, it's you and a child should eat them. Can you say that again? It's what? Useless. It's useless. It's useless. So the education that we get, if we do not ask the Lord Almighty to give us wisdom to be able to take this food, which is that knowledge, I'm going spiritual now, y'all. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make a man drink. And let me tell you what my Aunt Willie used to tell me, and you just send a fool to school and you can't make him think. Okay? I got Aunt Willie, thank you for that one right there. They helped me. You gotta use that. But the whole point, guys, young folks, is that I want you to be able to know that no matter what you do, education is good, because the more you know, the more you owe. You have to reach back, you have to help someone else, and you have to be patient with them. Just know that everybody's not where you are. And I think that's where a lot of times with the young people and the more seasoned people like myself is that you guys are a generation that y'all have never been without internet, y'all have never been without a microwave, y'all have never been without cell phones. So y'all don't know anything about a landline, y'all don't know nothing about a woman of no food and no oven. Y'all don't know anything about dial-up where you have to listen to your computer dial the internet and go. Y'all remember that? Okay. Some of y'all do, but some of y'all don't. But we have to be patient. We have to be patient with one another. Yeah, it was back in 92. Yeah, we have to be patient with and you weren't even born in 92. Because I've been married for 27 years and I got married in 92. So I know you better not be in high school at 27. Okay? You better not be in high school at 27. So, we're going to speed this up. Another point, young people. If you fail to plan, listen, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
That's right.
I'm going to say that again. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And another thing is that your sense of urgency does not constitute as an emergency on my behalf. Meaning, young people, and it happens all the time at school, y'all always wait to the last minute.
That's right.
Y'all wait to the last minute to tell mamas, daddies, aunts, I need this at school, I need that. You are young, responsible adults that you are responsible for yourself. And you got to make sure that you invest in your own self-education, your own self-responsibility, because can't nobody do you like Jesus and can't nobody do you like yourself. Not even your husband, your wife, your mama, nobody. Nobody can take better care of you than your own self, okay? So we have to learn how to respect and invest in ourselves. Another thing, somebody mentioned earlier, I think it was Miss, what's her name? No. Miss Horn. Anything in life, y'all, we gotta work for it. When y'all won that championship, did y'all earn that? Did y'all sacrifice, right? Y'all probably did 2 a day, y'all did exercises, y'all worked out from the beginning and to the end of the day, but y'all earned it. And then at the end it paid off. So just remember, in anything in life, Anything worth having is worth working for. You have to work for it. Nobody's gonna give you anything. Okay? And the way y'all like to live this life, y'all about that life. Yeah, y'all about that life. Yeah, y'all about that life. But when you about that life, it's gonna cost you.
Yes, it
It's
will.
gonna cost you. Because if you don't have the education, you don't have the education and you about that life, it can lead to incarceration.
Say it again.
And keep in mind that education can change your situation. Because with education, those things that you see on television or on the internet that you want, I gotta have these new shoes, I need this new car, I bought this jewelry, I bought this. But if you don't do it the right way and the legal way, you're not gonna be able to keep it. Not only you gonna lose it, but you're gonna lose your freedom, and you might lose your life because you might roll up on the wrong person. Okay? I want y'all to keep that in mind, especially our young black men. I have two sons. I have Jeremy and I have Timothy. And I pray over them constantly because you guys don't know what y'all have inside of you. Do you guys know how brilliant and intelligent and innovative you are? Why do you think our culture changes the entire world? If you look on YouTube, our culture, especially young black men, you influence the entire world. Everybody wants your swag. Everybody wants to talk like you, look like you, be you. And the only person don't know that you great is you. You're the only one that don't know what God has created on the inside of you. You are powerful beyond measure. And you need to tap into that power that God has given you and do something with it. And then not only do something with it, but remember, don't be selfish. You need to remember where you came from and go back and give back to the community, okay?
Right.
Okay, the next stuff y'all want to talk to you about is when. When do I start doing this? When do you think you need to start doing this?
Now.
Right now. Who said now? Did you say that? Somebody said now. Right now. Why? Why we need to start working on stuff right now? Because tomorrow is promised to nobody. You need to, and another thing ain't what he saying, you better get to getting while the getting is good. You better get to getting while the getting is good, because guess what? One day, it ain't gonna be good no more. So you better get all you can while you can. Okay? And right now, you guys are in the life, so you need to make sure that you take advantage of every opportunity that is presented before you. Another thing is procrastination. Who's a procrastinator in here? You doing what you got. You're a procrastinator. Okay, but you're supposed to be there. Because guess what? Procrastination can lead to devastation. Did y'all hear what I said?
Say it again.
Procrastination can lead to devastation. It can. You know why? Because if you keep putting it off, it'll never come. I woulda, coulda, shoulda, but it never comes. Aim for your dreams and goals now while you're still young. When you start getting older, y'all, your patience gets short. Short. Not short. Short. You gotta take the R out of there. Short. Your patience get real short. That's why Big Mama and Grandma and they y'all look like to pluck their last nerve. So y'all got to make sure you gotta make sure that you get things in order now while you are young. Start building for your future right now. You see those two that young lady and that young man? They interviewed me on their radio talk show. We're not talking about something they doing it. You're never too young to be an entrepreneur. You're never too young to have your own talk radio show. You're never too young to own your own business. You're never too young to go and be a community activist. Because the change that you can be or the change you want to see Let you be that change. When you see other things in life where you just like, oh, I don't like that, well then why don't you go do something about it? Because you can be the one that can change the world. It takes one person to change the world, and it can start with you. The other W I want to talk about is where. Where should we aim for our dreams and our goals? Where should we, where? Everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere you go. Whether you're at home, you're at church, you're at school, no matter where you go, you need to always reflect and model the behavior that you are aiming to achieve in life. Because you never know who's watching. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You understand? If you stay ready, because guess what? You never know who's in here. You don't know if it's anybody here from the news station or from the radio. Somebody might be in here scouting, and because the way you present yourself, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, see, young man, I was watching you. I have an internship at Baylor College of Medicine. We're going to start you off at $30 an hour. And because of your mannerisms, I would like you to pilot this program for me. That's why it's important that we always carry ourselves in a manner where we are remarkable. Don't worry about what nobody else is doing. And guess what? When you are being blessed, I want y'all to know about this. And y'all know this too. When you're being blessed and God elevates you, them haters gonna come. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing. Okay? Okay? If you don't have no haters, that means you ain't doing nothing. If you got haters, you know, pray for them. Because the same thing God do for you, He can do for them too. But they just don't know. You got to tell them. You got to share with them. Help them with their self-confidence. Ain't that right? Time. Okay, the next one, the last why, the last W I'm talking about is why. Like I mentioned, because education can change your situation. I want everybody to say this, that's 25 and younger, and elders too. You're never too old to go to school. You can go back and get your master's degree. You can go back and get your bachelor's degree. You can go back and just take a few classes. Even if it's not even for a degree, it could be your certification. We always need somebody in theology to know the Word of God. That's the most powerful degree you could ever get, is being able to rightly divide the Word of truth through the Holy Spirit, because I've seen people with doctorate degrees and people that just may have a certification in theology, and they run circles around people with doctorate degree. Because when you got the anointing of the Holy Spirit upon you, man's knowledge can only go so far. But the anointing of God is everlasting. There's no ending to it. So, I want everybody to say, education can change your situation. If you're 25 and younger, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Education can change your situation.
I want you to say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. I said, on the count of 3, I want you to say, education can change your situation. And I want you to say it with your chest. Y'all know what that means? Mm-hmm. What that means? Say it with your chest. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Education can change your situation.
Y'all give him a hand clap for that. Yeah. I think y'all believe that. Y'all believe that. Okay. And then something else, I'm getting ready to take my seat, y'all, in just a moment. Do y'all know that what you do impacts everybody else?
Yes.
Do you know, they used to always tell me, what you eat don't make me fat. I'm going with them old school, so y'all know nothing about, y'all need to know this old school stuff. What you eat don't make me fat. What that means is that whatever I eat, I'm going to be the one that's going to get fat, right? But if I'm your mama, and I'm getting fat, and I'm getting diabetes, and I'm getting high blood pressure, and I'm falling apart, then because I'm your mama, that's going to affect you too, right? So don't ever think what you do don't affect nobody else. Okay? The decisions you make, decisions you don't make, affects everyone, because at the end of the day, whoever is responsible for you, your guardian or your parent, has to be the one that's going to have to help you through that situation. Don't put yourself in situations where they have to get you out of them. You don't know what we have to go through. You don't know what bills we gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep a roof over your head, trying to keep food on the table, trying to keep the lights on, water on, get you insured. And it's a lot. Y'all ready for adulting? Okay, we're gonna sing. That's the new word, y'all. It's called adulting. They say, I don't want to adult. Adulting to them is like choosing to do hard things, which is really just common stuff for grown people. Like, for instance, getting up going to work. That's adulting. That's not. I'm saying, but you're gonna become a point where you're gonna be going to school and you're gonna be working at the same time.
Yeah, we working in football practice.
I understand that, but I'm talking about, listen, don't you listen to me. It's gonna go to a whole nother level. Yes, you may be going to school and then you may be working, but I'm talking about where you having to work so you won't be homeless. Okay, and that's a whole nother level. Where you ain't got nobody to fall back on. All you doing is struggling and trying to make it happen.
But you work with the money, that's gonna motivate you.
That's true, but money is not everything. And the love, now money is good to have, y'all. I'm glad you went there too. I'm glad you went there. Because everybody, we need money to live on this earth, okay, while we're here. And God owns everything. So, thank you, Mom, because I have everything neglecting y'all, I'm sorry. God owns everything. So that means anything, silver, gold, money, he got you. As long as you're going his way. Okay? But the whole thing is that the love of money is the root to all evil. When you start loving money, that means you're going to do anything you need to do. You're going to go get it. By hook or by crook, you're going to go get it. And then when you're trying to go hooking and crooking, and you get caught up, and you end up going to jail, or you end up getting shot, or you get paralyzed, or you might even lose your life, then you know that, I don't forget that. You will know that what you do affect other people. Because the decisions that you make affects your mom. They gotta figure out how they're gonna get you out of jail, they gotta figure out what we gonna do to bury you. I keep it real, y'all. And if I make y'all uncomfortable, I'm sorry, but guess what? I'd rather tell them now while they're alive than we call them family together and try to bury them. Because the world is real, and it's waiting for them, and it's trying to swallow them up. So if we don't tell them the truth, then who gonna tell them the truth? Because at school, and I work in the school district, I work for HISD, and we're trying to do the very best we can, but because of the stipulations with testing, there's really no time to even, like back in the day, like I say the real teachers back in the day, when you were able to holistically